Hello guys from Plant Reviews. Today 31st August and I'm doing my usual fortnight video of my fragrant garden, even if really today I don't have many fragrant plants to show you. Autumn is coming and I don't have that many autumn blooming fragrant plant. However, I will start with one of my favorite. This is the Dahlia Davidii, and as you can see, the butterfly bush today I've seen a white cabbage butterfly feeding on these plants. There's not many butterflies at the moment. Today also is quite a cloudy day. However, still I was very happy to see at least one butterfly on this bush. The Dahlia is almost at the end of the blooming season. Actually, I've been on holiday for the past 2 weeks, so I didn't get any chance to dehead this bush. I will do it probably later this afternoon or in the next few days. Continuing here, as you can see, most of the lilies are producing seed pods. I'm very happy about it. I will see how it goes with my pollination, and I have here one oriental lily. This is one of the last to bloom. I'm not too sure what variety it is because I planted it a couple of years ago, so I'm not too sure now what variety it is. It is lightly fragrant and nothing, not really much as many of the oriental lilies. However, it's an absolutely stunning lily. I like a lot these very long stamens and pistil on this pink flower. And well, as a herald of autumn, I have a beautiful pink dahlia. Again, I'm not too sure about what kind of variety it is because I lost the labels. This is a dahlia I planted last year, and I'm glad it survived the winter. As usually, this dahlia is not fragrant at all. Here I have one very faded petal of the dahlia. I think this is the Mexican star. This is a dahlia that smells kind of chocolate, a little bit like the chocolate cosmos. I'm sorry I don't have any flower to show you today. Anyway, I have a few buds, as you can see, so I'm pretty confident I will be able to make a video on this plant very soon. Proceeding with the fragrant plants, I have here the beautiful Cestrum parqui. I recently, the green Cestrum, or the green night jasmine, or Chilean night jasmine. It is a plant that is an amazing evening fragrance. It is very similar to detergent. Is very soapy but very gorgeous fragrance in the evening, while during the day it doesn't smell much. It smells really faintly of a kind of freshly cut washed potato. That really what reminds me this plant of the fragrance, but in the evening it is absolutely gorgeous and quite a powerful fragrance. Continuing here, I have one of the most invasive and still most beautiful plants I have, and it's also nicely fragrant. This is the passion flower Snow Queen that was sold to me as Constance Elliot, but after chatting on Facebook on a passion flower group, I realized that, and some comments as well on the YouTube video, I realized this one is actually the Snow Queen. This is a slightly fragrant passion flower. Kind of minty, fresh fragrance. It is pleasant. Obviously, it will not make your garden very fragrant, but if you smell the flower, you can really feel the kind of minty fragrance, minty and spicy fragrance. The flowers are really beautiful in this plant. They are completely white, and I love, like all passion flower, the crown of filaments they have below the anthers and the pistils as well. This passion flower is one of the hardiest. It survived the beast from the east that hit Kent about 2 years ago, and with temperature below -8 for a few days, and even if the aerial parts of this plant completely were burnt basically from the cold and the frost, the plant resprouted very vigorously the following spring, becoming as invasive as usual and extending itself for about half of my garden and also on the floor as well. You can see really this is a plant that you have to be very careful when you plant it to keep it at bay. However, really, if you are looking for a hardy passion flower and you live in a pretty cold climate, this one is probably the best white passion flower. If you like white flowers, I can recommend you. It is a very prolific bloomer. As you can see, it's September, still lots of blooms and lots of buds as well. Continuing my tour, we have Cyclamens. This is the Hederifolium. It is a particularly bright cyclamen. I love this bright pink coming up from the shady part of the garden. It is really a flower that you notice straight away, even if it's so small. Here we have a lily. This is, I believe, the salmon, the lily salmon, the salmon star, if I remember correctly the name, is a pinkish salmon lily, not very salmon actually, probably because it's in the shade. We'll wait anyway until the flower is in full bloom and see how the color is. Continue here, I have a begonia. This begonia actually is a tuber I put in the ground, not being very confident that it would have come up after the winter, but evidently it is hardy. This winter was not very cold anyway. This winter was probably about 1 or 2 degrees. I don't remember we had any frost really this winter in Ashford in Kent, but I am quite glad that this begonia bloomed. And this is the, if I remember correctly, this is the white angelique. It has a very light fragrance, kind of sweet, and as you can see, the bloom is quite big. Probably because I put it in the shade, it produced only 1 flower and 1 bud coming up. But really, begonias, if you put them in partial sun, that would be the best position for the begonia. Here I have another lily that is at the end of the bloom. I'm not even sure what variety it is. Looks a bit like the Miss Faya, but I can't really be sure about the variety. Anyway, unfortunately this flower is almost faded, and it is not fragrant anymore. Continuing the tour, well, obviously I have one of the best fragrant plants I have. This is the white and gold honeysuckle, the honeysuckle Halliana, the Halls honeysuckle, and it has a very nice citrusy fragrance that I really love, especially in the late afternoon and evening, and it can fill your garden with perfume when it's in full bloom. Now it's September, so really it's not, it doesn't have many blooms, but I'm glad that there's still a few flowers that I can still enjoy when I put my nose among them. The fragrance is really lovely, and like this passion flower snow queen is quite an invasive plant, so you have to be careful to prune it properly to avoid this plant spreading too much. Well, from fragrance to taste, I have a few raspberries. This plant is really vigorous and gives some very tasty raspberry. It produces raspberries from this summer, like midsummer, and now it's late summer, is still full of raspberries, and this variety in particular is the raspberry polka. Very, very nice, very tasty fruit. Absolutely, I can recommend it if you like raspberries. Talking about fragrant plants, I have a nice gardenia in bloom. This one, well, bloomed when I was in Italy in holiday. And today there's only one flower basically left, and even the one flower that is still almost presentable. As you can see, it is been ruined by rain and is almost faded anyway, but I can still smell the fragrance. It is the usual earthy and kind of citrusy sweet fragrance of the gardenia, one of the best fragrant flowers I have in the garden. And this one in particular was a plant that looked very sick when it was in the ground, so I repotted in this small pot and put it in the shade in keeping it moist. As you can see, there's water in the saucer below, but the pot is quite high, so really it doesn't get too waterlogged. And as you can see, the plant recovered pretty well. It was almost dead when I took it from the ground, and now I am glad that put some new leaves as well as some new flowers, so I'm very happy about it. Then I have my sweet peas are almost basically dead. These are annual plants, they are producing seed pods anyway, and the only flower I have still is the Cupani. Is a nice sweet pea, nicely fragrant, not will not really perfume the whole garden, but if you have a bunch of these sweet peas at home, it will basically spread a little bit the perfume in the room, so you can still enjoy it. And I think the color of the Cupani is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the top petal is maroon red, while the bottom petal is purple. Very, very striking color contrast. Well, and here, together with the sweet peas, I have my Gloriosa. The flowers faded, but I'm very happy that this is the Thomas de Bruyn. My pollination was successful. I have 3 seed pods developing as well here. I have two very nice flowers still open. They're a bit ruined by the rain that fell in the past few days, but I didn't pollinate these plants. However, it seems that the ovary is actually enlarging, so maybe some insects must have brought the pollen from the anthers to the pistil. I will see if the seed pods will develop. And here I have a couple of seed pods, unfortunately damaged by what I think are slugs. Anyway, one of the segments is still whole, as you can see, so I think that I get some seeds also from this variety. And also I have here a really huge seed pod. This is the Gloriosa Superba, and as you can see, is almost as big as the palm of my hand. So I'm very happy of this success with the Gloriosa seeds. I hope that they will develop properly, and the first frost will not impair the development of the seed pods. And I'm looking forward to see if I will be able to grow some glory lilies, some gloriosa from seeds. This is a plant that I really love for the exoticness, for the tropical looking of the flowers. As you can see, the color is absolutely gorgeous. They come in a variety of color. Me in particular, I love the orange and the red varieties, but there's also some completely yellow varieties, some that are lime green. Really, it is quite a versatile plant if you have different color schemes. Unfortunately, do not come in blues or purple, but really I think the shape and the color as well is absolutely stunning. So I'm looking forward to increase my Glory Lily stock in the garden, and I will obviously keep you updated in my next videos. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, it would be great if you give a thumbs up. Otherwise, obviously, please give us a thumbs down. Or, as usual, any comments on my video is more than welcome. And if you liked this video and you liked my channel, it would be great if you can please subscribe. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.